Hi, my name's Gabriel. I'm a product specialist for PrintFactory, and today I'd like to explain about the Software Manager. This has been updated since the previous release, and it now encompasses some of the resources that were available via the web app. If we see in the top, we have the keys, which is the destination to go to launch the Software Manager if you're not within one of the PrintFactory softwares where you can launch it also. On opening up the first cloud, we can see the connectivity. So we have the computer that you're on, the license server, in this case it's my own computer, and the cloud, which is the web connection. So we're seeing two ticks here, which means both are working correctly. Should there be a cross against them, obviously then we have issues that might need to be corrected. We can click on the settings for this computer, and if we need to change the IP address to a remote license server, then we can add that detail in here. Also, you'll see an update button. Anytime there's a change to your software, if you're adding a driver or device, then we need to update that. So after every process, that needs to be updated. We can also see down here the software version. So it gives you the product name, your serial number, your subscription expiry, and also the current build that you're running at the moment. The next one is configuration, and this shows all the details within your license, so things like industrial cutters and interior decoration. All the modules that you purchase are all viewable in here, and the ones you don't are switched off. And equally in here, because I have a not for resale license, hence the title, and it gives you the licenses you have for your RIP, your editor, and your layout, as well as the license relating to each device. So rather than being just a device driver link, now we're able to link to an actual printer, so that if your printer device is moved to a different RIP, you can follow the RIP through the Software Manager without duplicates being created. This makes it a lot more beneficial to actually keep track of your devices if you're across several machines. This is where you can swap a driver. So you pick up a machine that you no longer require, click on the arrows, select your machine that you have the license for that you wish to change, and locate the correct device, in this case an Epson Stylus Pro. Click OK, and then the connection will check with your license and confirm that the update was done successfully. This now gives you the Epson rather than the Digitech. The next one is updates. In this case, we're all up to date, but should there be updates available, this is where you would see the option to update, and you can also see here the little calendar, and that follows through your update scheduler when you want to check it and what time, etc., and whether you want to automatically update. This means you can do it on times of less busyness, so if you're doing it at 1 in the morning, then obviously all the better without interference with your day-to-day running. The final window is the resources. As I mentioned before, this has brought a lot more of the functionality to import and export down onto the computer, so you're not having to constantly go back to the cloud. And you can see here we have the three options: profiles, job labels, and photo bar. And the profiles show all the elements that you have at the moment. So at the moment I have 3 profiles running on this machine, and it also gives you the opportunity to export. To import the profiles, we would prefer that you go in through Calibrator and do it that way, where you're then linked to the device. But this shows where they are mounted in the cloud by way of a backup, and that gives you a bit more flexibility and a bit more protection should you lose anything locally. Equally with job labels, there's 2 in here by default, and this works the same way. They're stored up on your own cloud and you can import and export them as required. Also with photobar, there is the cutting information, much the same as if you have other devices which cut, and then the defaults that are actually loaded with the software. If you have any customized ones built for your own use, then that too will be set up here and you'll be able to download them and upload them. This gives you your own environment. No one else can see this on the cloud, and you'll have the freedom to know that you have a backup and you can import again should you require.